Welcome to today's episode of Top Dogs. Unfortunately, today we do not have FictionBoi with us, so for those of you listening who did not hear his voice, please wish him well, as he is currently sick, and we are all sending him our absolute best. I'm Sakura.
Hey. I'm ArcaDad.
I'm Whiplash Wolf.
And today we have a very special guest with us. Someone who is well known in the fandom for drawing some of the cutest furry art out there. We've seen his art from PNG tubers to emotes used on Twitch and wonderful art pieces all over Twitter, and responsible for bringing us the tented dog species. That's right, today we have Ookami Kemono with us.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Ookami, how are you doing today?
Tired. Con prep for months.
Right, you've got conference coming up.
Yeah, in a few days.
Nice. Well, let's get started with some questions here. One thing that we do like to ask a lot of artists is, what got you into art? Like, what was your inspiration, and what got you into furry art?
Well, I grew up in a family of artists. My dad was a musician, and my mom was a graphic designer. And I guess I had trouble. I had trouble speaking when I was very young, so I used artwork to communicate to my parents and to those around me, how I was feeling, what I was thinking, and it kind of just spiraled. It's I can convey my thoughts through artwork, so I decided to pursue that. And I started to develop a style for myself. And what got me into furry artwork? I always had a thing for furry, animal comics. Cartoons like the old Disney cartoons, like Robin Hood or Lady and the Tramp. All those old style cartoons. And I don't know, it kind of grew on me, so I decided to draw those characters out. And over a period of time, my family introduced me to anime. So I started to watch a lot of animes. There was what was it? Sailor. There was Sailor Moon. There was Sherlock Hound. And others, I can't really remember a lot of them, though it's been so long ago. But I started to get more and more into anime, and then adapted my style into more an anime sub-style, and started to grow from there. And I didn't really know about the furry fandom until I was in college, during my freshman year of college. I was sitting right next to this student who was drawing basically furry artwork, and it's oh, you like drawing animals as well? And she said this is furry artwork, and I was what is furry artwork? Because I never heard of it. I just heard of anime artwork, not furry artwork. And she told me about the fandom. This was back in the early 2000s, so the fandom was still relatively young back then. And she showed me a lot of artists on VCL, Furry Muck, and it's you know what? I like this. I really do like this style, so I decided to slowly participate into it. And yeah, I had my own website where I did human artwork with anime and animal artwork. And then I went into VCL, and that's where the fandom really opened up to me.
Very cool. And so you've got your own kind of artwork that you do, in a way.
I'm not sure.
Your business?
Oh, yes. I don't understand what you're asking me. Sorry.
Oh, I'm trying to include you in the conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, because I remember, so here's why I'm a bit distracted, is because I feel like Ookami, I've heard his name before, and then I remember that you were a guest of honor at Fernal Equinox. Is that a few years back, right?
No, I was never a guest of honor at Fernal Equinox. I was a guest of honor at What the Fur in Quebec.
Oh, What the Fur, that is it. Yeah, sadly What the Fur doesn't exist anymore because it was in Montreal and sadly it failed. But yes, I remember you being a guest of honor there. I'm actually from the area and I've been to the last What the Fur there was before they shut down finally for the last time. So yeah, I'm like, this name tells me something. I can't find it. So I was like looking on my site to make sure I had the correct information. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, I was guest of honor at What the Fur. God, this was how long ago was it? I can't remember when I was guest of honor at What the Fur, but I do remember it. It was quite the experience.
It was probably like anywhere from 8 to 11 years ago, I'm pretty sure. Because that was the last time I did a panel at What the Fur explaining how to make fursuits.
Huh.
Very cool.
My body was shifting.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, small world.
What about you, Whiplash? Do you do any kind of artwork in any kind of form, whether it be, physical or digital or anything?
When I was back in middle school, I used to draw Sonic stuff. And then I stopped doing it. Actually, it was pretty good as well. But games took over my life, so I stopped drawing.
See,
I can relate to that.
This is one of the skill set that I don't have is drawing. I wish I would be able to draw. I can 3D model, I can program, I can 3D print, sculpt. I can do a bunch of things, mostly avatar related stuff. I can do technical drawing, 3D models, parametric. The only thing I can't do is drawing, and I wish drawing would be so useful because I'm currently working on a project right now, and it does require an artist in my team, and I wish I could have done everything on my own, but like composing music, drawing stuff is not really the thing I'm able to do. But I have high admiration for people that have that skill of being able to take something from their mind and put it onto a piece of paper and see all those details, the shading. There's so much work that goes into this, and I have high respect for artists out there. And I've seen your work, and it's really impressive, high quality stuff.
Thank you.
And actually, kind of going along the same here, the positive response that you get from the furry fandom in regards to your art, like, how has that impacted you as an artist?
Well, I was always self-conscious with my artwork. Through elementary school and high school, I didn't really get that much support over my art. It was more like vandalized more than appreciated, because I would draw these like large illustrations for my teachers that I admired, and they would hang it up publicly on the walls. And this was like during high school, so of course, like, kids in high school can just be like downright mean, and they basically defaced it. They defaced all my artwork, so that really did discourage me a lot. But as soon as I got into VCL, which was basically like the Fur Affinity back then, back in the early 20s, it's now an archive site. I got a lot more positive reinforcements from people that I did not know who saw my artwork, and they just loved it. So that motivated me to continue to push forward. It's like it wasn't like a lot of people commenting on my artwork, but it's just that just a small little, hey, this is good artwork, you do a good job, keep at it. That's what motivated me, and I made a little friends here and there in the fandom, and they also helped me as well. So I was really motivated by like the overwhelming positivity that the fandom actually gave me. So I continue to draw, and I enjoy it. And like I enjoy drawing furry artwork. You know, my teachers never really did understand furry artwork. That was my main style, was basically like just drawing animals. Like I did humans and I did animals, but I mostly did like animals and animal anatomy. And like my animation teacher, my illustration teacher never thought that, you know, my style, this furry style that I had, would take me anywhere. You know, they said like, you can't make a living off of this. This is basically like a dead end style. It's kind of like the anime style. You can't make a living doing like anime work. You know, this was all in college. This was all back in art college. So, well, I mean, that really did like set me back a lot, because my teachers did not support me. You know, not a lot of students supported me. My parents did support me, though they didn't understand the style. They didn't really understand the fandom that much, but they still supported me because I was an artist. You know, they were both artists, so they wanted to support another artist in the family. So I just continue to draw. I continue to draw like what I love, and I enjoy it.
I know I've been to a lot of your streams, and like every time that you have your YCHs that come out, you're on the spots, like you get a really positive, overwhelming following on all of that.
It's like my community is just amazing. You know, the people are just amazing here. They're very, very supportive. You know, they want to see people grow. And I encourage that. It's like, you help me grow, now help other people grow. You know, and I want to help people grow as artists, like especially like beginner artists that, you know, are kind of struggling finding their own voice within their style in the fandoms. Like right now, it can be actually very, very tough, because back then the furry fandom, like back in the early 2000s, sorry, it was young. You know, the fandom was very small. But now it exploded, and you know, I feel like, you know, the art field is a lot more competitive than it was back then. So a lot of new artists are trying to find their own voice and try to find support, and not a lot of them are getting that, you know, because they don't have that style that everyone likes. They don't have that quote unquote generic style. But it's like, they show me their work, and I tell them, like, you know what, this is good. Try doing this, this, and that, and they try to grow from that, and their style just skyrockets. You know, because of positive reinforcements, positive support. I like doing that, because, you know, people are giving me that kind of positive support, so I want to share it with other people.
You mentioned earlier that you were kind of struggling at high school because people were, you know, vandalizing your artwork. Just generally speaking, I think high school is a really bad metric to get an idea if something you're doing is good or not, because usually kids at that age, young adults, and if anybody's going to stand out or be different, people are going to pick on them. So if my message for the viewers and listeners out there, if you're somebody that's still going at school and you're getting bullied or intimidated, or people laugh at your artwork, ignore them. Wait till you're an adult, find a community that will actually enjoy your work, and you'll see that you are doing a lot better than you give yourself credit for. So give yourself a chance. Don't let high school and other younger people judge you for your work. They're not worth your time. Just don't.
Yeah, that's really, really true.
You want to add anything, Whiplash?
I mean, Stream pretty much said it correctly. Just enjoy what you do. You can always have critics on what you do in the first place, but you always push through it and just make it better. And just do what you like doing. That's the way life is. You just gotta push through the barriers.
It's all really, really fantastic advice.
Oh, so I did a bit of research. So you were a guest of honor for What the Fur in 2014, and it was the steampunk theme that you were doing. And I remember making, when you did the artwork for that, it was really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Great work.
The shirt, though, was like that was a printing mistake. You know, it's like if you remember the shirt, it was black and white. It was supposed to be in full color, but something happened at the printers, and it just turned out like very, very monochrome. So But,
oh, wow.
no, a lot of people loved it. They actually thought it looked better because it had that rustic feeling to it. And from what the head of the con actually told me, those shirts were the first one to actually sell out completely on day 2.
Oh wow!
I've seen a lot of people buy those shirts. They were great. You did amazing work on those. I know a lot of people are still wearing them today. So yeah.
I actually did shirts for another convention. It was called FurryVrchat. This was back in Connecticut.
Yep.
And FurryVrchat was actually my very first furry convention. It was. It's I heard of a furry convention that was happening near where I was living. And it's you know what? I want to actually go there and see what they have to offer. And I went there as an attendee, and it was just amazing. There was an artist alley, a dealer's den, events and everything like that. So it's that motivated me. Just okay, maybe I can try my hand in selling merch stuff. So the next year, I actually went there and became a dealer. And of course, I barely made any sale, but it was just a wonderful experience. Started to get to the point where I went there yearly, and the head of the convention, what was his name? Bellick Bear. I think his name was Bellick Bear. Noticed me, and he said that he wanted me to draw for the convention. When conventions had physical books, physical convention books, and which had a lot of artwork in it, and stories and panels and everything like that. So he wanted me to draw for him, and of course I made these large, 11 by 14 poster-sized illustrations that were shrunk down for the book. But he loved them. He loved them so much, so I continued to draw for him. It got to the point where I wasn't GOH at FurryVrchat, but he did make me draw 2 designs for the year for that year's shirt. And one of them was for the con, the other one was for the charity shirt. So, and I thought that was just amazing. It's real confidence, boost confidence to myself. So, and he also said that those shirts sold out on day 1. They didn't have any left over.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's great. Yeah. It's a good proof you're doing good work. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Congrats.
You just took me back. You just took me back to a time where you had artwork, you had pamphlets and books before you had apps for the cons.
Yeah.
I remember my first con was 2014.
I mean, the app is really convenient. I haven't been to a con in 5 or 6 years, so when we went to FWA, it was really easy to find oh, I want to go to this panel, and I could save it in my book and have a reminder. I thought it was super convenient, but I love how they gave out little passports, and you put your stuff in it, and it actually fits a real passport in it. I put my Canadian citizenship passport inside of my What the Fur passport. They fit.
Awesome.
It's really cool.
Holy cow. Now, speaking of, your Twitch community and stuff, you do a lot in a year. Everything from being a full-time artist, Twitch streamer, convention dealer, and you're also, a full-time father to your children. How do you balance all of that?
A lot of patience. I try to make a habit where the kids go to school during a certain time. It's from 9 to 4 or 9 to 3. And so during those times, that's when I work. And then when the kids come home, I try to spend time with them. Or if I'm really, really booked, I have to actually continue to work. And so it's with my significant other, Sorian, she helps me balance between work and taking care of the kids. So then I started to develop a routine for myself. So it's I wake up, I start working until 3 or 4 o'clock, and then I have to go pick up the kids and then spend time with them, and then have to cook dinner. And it's either they can just veg out on the couch with the TV on while I work, or I work while they watch TV. But I'm a workaholic. I can't stop working. But having kids allows me to actually push away from work and just spend time with them. So, just as it's great. It's like I feel like, it's like I don't really know like the right words for it, but accomplished.
Do you have like
really cool,
hobbies that you get involved other than like Twitch streaming, like other things like I don't know, it could be like car mechanics, making electronics, it could be like knitting. Like, do you have like little side hobbies that you can pick up really quickly just to change your mind a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm not a full-time streamer. I don't want to be a full-time streamer. It's just way too much. I only stream like through like half the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But when it comes to hobbies, yeah, I got a few hobbies. Like I like to collect some manga here and there. I'm a huge advocate for like Dungeons and Dragons. So it's like I do a lot of like Dungeons and Dragons prep. I'm in 2 different games by 2 friends that happen like weekly. I go out for walks. I cook. That's really about it. But it's like, again, workaholic. If I can't sit down, it's like I need to draw something. It's like I need to draw and focus something. Unless D&D comes up, it's like, okay, then D&D has priority. After D&D is done, okay, it's like back to work, back to drawing. So
it's like an orchestra. You have to sequence everything just in the right time so it works.
Yeah.
Now, just out of curiosity, like one of the styles that you're known for is like, your cutesy furry style. Like, what made you decide to get into that?
It made people happy. Like it was positive. It had this positive feel that a lot of people liked. When I first started out, like when I was on VCL, I did like a lot of furry artwork, a lot of traditional furry artwork with a pen, but it was very dark. Like it was very gothic style, noir, kind of bloody, very serious tone to it. So like it first started out as emotional art pieces, like narrative emotional art pieces. That's what I was known for, is making these illustrations that told stories, and they were often very sad stories about like real life, like anxiety, depression, breakup, uncertainty, nervousness, being scared, stuff like that. And a lot of people loved them. And, after a while, it's like the dark thing did start to run a little bit old for me. So it was when I was working at a coffee shop that I decided to try something cute and made this cute style, like this little, like more smaller characters, probably a little bit more chubby, more cartoony-like, and then it kind of developed into a chibi style. So after that, like a lot of people just love the chibi style. They love this certain chibi feel to it, and they liked how it was different from everything else because from what I explained to them, it was basically I took like what a fursuit looked like with big head, big body, big hands, and then the kind of like digigrade legs. That's why they have really thick hips. And it's like, I'm going to turn that into a chibi style. And they loved it. They liked that style. So I continued to develop it, and I continued to like find ways to express it. And one of the things that I did was like I incorporated that into like, I went back to like doing emotional stuff because I felt like that was my strength. Because like I could draw like stories that that I've been through, that my friends been through, and I can just put it into an illustration so people can look at it and feel like they're not alone, like they are not alone with their problems or their thoughts, that there are other people out there that are going through the same thing. So it's like kind of therapeutic. So I used the chibi style for that because I wanted to have it be, welcoming, cute, welcoming, and colorful, but also has this kind of like adult undertone to it, this adult feel to it. So it's like if people can appreciate the cute stuff, but they can also probably relate to the real life stuff that's happening in the picture. So after a while, I did a series called Lights of Chibi, which is basically like just one picture panel telling a small story about like either depression or life or about self-consciousness, relationships, everything like that. and it started to resonate with a lot of people, so I continued it. Unfortunately, like Lice of Chibi, like the comic right now hasn't really been updating that much because it's actually difficult for me to draw Lice of Chibi images because it's not as easy as it looks. It's like I need to be in the right mindset and the right emotion to actually draw something that would be very connecting to a lot of people. So it does take a lot of emotional energy off of me to actually just sit down and think about something that, can relate to like the majority of people, but in a cutesy style. Before that, I did actually have a series called Dear L. This was back in like VCL, early FA years, where I did do something similar, but not with chibi style, with like full body or full grown anthro style, and it was very, very adult like because it was just people writing to like someone named L, so like kind of like a Dear Abby kind of thing. Like back when newspapers existed, you had articles of people writing to like Dear M or Dear Mary, Dear April, stuff like that. Just one name. So I decided to do the same thing and have these stories of people asking questions about things in life, like are they beautiful enough? It's like should they like sleep around, or it's like should they be cautious, like take caution to the wind? It's confusing about life. They're just like, I don't know what is happening in my life and I need answers, so I'm asking you about it. And the majority of them were like from my own experience, while some of them are from other people's experience. So I decided to illustrate them, but I mean that's basically my voice. I feel like I actually went off topic here, and I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. Have anything you wanted to add to that?
You were mentioning earlier that you like to do those artwork where you explain kind of life stories and like dealing with, you mentioned multiple subject, depression, anxiety, social skills and stuff. I respect that. It's kind of what I've been doing as well with my Dad Vice series, is where I gather up personal experiences or stuff I added around, and I try to make content out of that in the hopes to inspire people. And I find it really cool that you do that as well. Life is not always easy, and it can be a real struggle. So it's good to be able to help out, share experience and knowledge. And respect for trying to help out and try to do your best, and juggling with being a father and doing all that must be quite a lot of work as well.
It is. Like my own kids are like a good source of inspiration because like they're gonna grow up like experiencing those things too. I mean, it's like the educational system has changed a lot since I was in school. So, but like my own kid is going to like find out what bullying is, or about like self-identity. Especially now since like. I feel like society is a lot more open than it was like back in the 90s about your own identity, about who you are, because like back then I had to be very, very closed. A lot of people had to be closed off. I didn't come off I didn't tell my parents that I was bisexual until like I was in college, because I couldn't address that while I was in high school because it was frowned upon a lot. But hopefully my daughter would have less struggle finding out who she is or who she wants to be in her educational life. A lot easier than mine.
I'm curious, how many kids do you have, and how old are they, if you don't mind answering?
No, I don't mind. My oldest one is my stepdaughter. But because I was there earlier in her life until like now, it's like she is like my daughter. I do call her my daughter, and I do have my biological daughter who is 7. My oldest one is in like 20 years old. So
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's that time.
All right. Do you want me to do the part that fiction does, or you want to do it? Or do the whole part with fiction?
I think you'd be better at it than I would. I'm no fiction.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Follow us on our audio platforms and leave us as a rating. That will help us a lot. You can also join our Discord and Telegram chat. Link for all of these are in our link tree down below. Also, hey, for the Top Dogs fan, yeah, it's down below in the comment section. Hey, Top Dogs fan, are you ready for an elevated fan experience? Discover exclusive perks by joining our server subscription on Discord or Patreon. For only $2.99 a month, become a podcast supporter. Unlock raw, unedited podcast episodes, access supporter meetups, and receive a unique custom paw emoji among other special goodies. Craving more? Then level up to our podcast supporter plus for $5.99 a month. Participate in episode voting, share your feedback, and experience the excitement of being in our live audience. Plus, get an insider's peek at our upcoming plans and merchandise. Remember, your support is our fuel to our fire, and while these subscriptions are optional, they significantly help us grow. So join us now, and let's make Top Dog's journey even more phenomenal together. And if you guys don't share with your friend, I think Whiplash is going to threaten you with something.
Here it comes.
One second, I'm gonna get to it. Hey. Guess what? If you don't do it, I'm gonna threaten you. God, where's it at? I'm gonna threaten you with a good time.
Isn't that what everybody wants? Be threatened by the big Whiplash Wolf with a good time?
I was gonna say, I'm just not gonna tell people just to be threatened by a good time.
I have a friend of mine, every time I say something it's negative or it's like a punishment, he's like, oh, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, why do you have to make it like that? Every single time he has to make it awkward. I'm like, god damn it. I'm like, oh, if you don't stop talking, I'm gonna slap you. It's like, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm like, god damn it, would you just stop talking? Jesus Christ.
I just play into the point with my friends.
It's verbal rule 34, you know?
I'm not
can
sure
literally
what
turn
Koltyn is
anything
doing.
into...
Vibing or...
It looks like Colton's trying to do
fun
caramel
right
dancing back there. Like,
I thought he was
I
doing
could be
sign
horribly
language
mistaken about
for a
that.
second,
but...
he was trying to explain us something. I want to say, hey-o, we're getting off. We're getting off track. Hey, we need shenanigans throughout the episode. That's what makes it fun.
Very much so.
All right, Ookami. So we were talking earlier about you being guest of honor at like What the Fur, and actually, you're about to be guest of honor at Conference. You know, how does it feel being guest of honor and knowing that like some of your artwork's going to be like their official artwork?
Feel amazed by it. It's going to be on prints. It's going to be on shirt designs. It's actually going to be on like real metal. Like they'll have like these medals for like, I believe it's like benefactors or sponsors. I believe. I mean, it's great. It's like it's not just me that's going to be guest of honor. Like Sorian, my significant other, is also going to be guest of honor. This is going to be her first time being guest of honor. And there's also a third guest of honor, which is Dark Bunny Hot Sauce or Felly.
They make hot sauce, right?
They do make hot sauce. Yes. Yeah.
We used to have them at home. My roommate took them back with her. They're great.
Oh no! It's whenever he goes to a convention, his table, no pun intended, is always like the hot zone. He always sells out on the second day.
I love it. That's great.
But what's interesting is that I believe this is going to be Canfern's first full family guest of honor group, because it's going to be me, there's going to be Sorian, my significant other, and there's going to be Felly, who is a family member, but he's also my daughter's godfather.
Oh, wow!
Nice.
I don't think they knew that until we mentioned it.
So this is the second con you're going in Canada. Where are you based off?
Well, I grew up in Massachusetts, and then after I met Sorian, I decided to move to Quebec.
Oh, so you're in Quebec. Okay, we're in the same province then. That's cool. That's why.
Are you on or off island?
I'm off. I'm on the south shore of Montreal.
Oh, same here.
Oh, nice. I used
ho,
to do a lot of
NeighborRhino.
parties when I used to organize a lot of furry parties. I was in Longueuil or St. Hubert, and then I moved to Chambly, actually, close to Brossard.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. Well, hi, neighbor.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Man, small world, man. Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
See, it'd be funny if you guys were in the same neighborhood and you didn't even know it.
Oh, he's like my neighbor. He's going to like same restaurant and stuff. You should come to my husband's restaurant.
Where's your husband's restaurant? And what's the name?
It's called La Croisée des Chemins, and it's in Chambly when you take the Highway 10, the first exit to go to Chambly. The first roundabout, it's right there. You look on your left, there's a terrace, and there you can get microbreweries and stuff, and you can bring your whole family if you want to. Very friendly, family friendly.
Is there a furry discount?
Sadly, no, but we're still good. There's no furry discount, sadly.
Okay. Yeah.
Bring in a reference of your persona, you get a discount.
Yeah, if you show up. Well, we do have themes events sometimes going on. Like if you show up with a kilt or a costume or something, depending on the night, they can give you like a discount on a drink or a food or a combo or stuff like that. But if you're the type of person that really loves microbreweries, you're really going to enjoy the restaurant there. Otherwise, we have fancy wines and spirits. But I'm drifting off subject.
No.
I'll send you
Send me, if you can, send me the link.
Yes, I'm going to have to find you on Telegram, though. Do you have Telegram?
I do have time.
Okay, I'll find you. I'll send you the info there.
Okay.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sorry, everyone.
No, it's okay. If for those of you out in Canada, you now have the known address. Go check out Stream's partner's restaurant.
La Croisée des Chemins, at the crossroad. Translated.
All right, now one of the things that's kind of like very personal to me about your artwork is like, you know, a lot of people use your artwork for like their official branding. Like for me, for example, you like I have you as my personal emo artist, and on my Twitch page, all of my emotes belong to you. Now, I know there are other streamers out there who, you know, like from their PNG tubers to their emotes to a lot of like the artwork that they have like on their screen is, you know, all artwork that you've done for them. So like, I guess for you, like, how does it feel being the official artist for like a lot of these, you know, a lot of these names for a lot of these brands?
I mean, it's I'm still kind of new to Twitch. Like I've been on there for about a little over 2 years. I used to stream on like Picardo before like my friends actually got me into Twitch, because it is kind of like a better platform, especially if you want to grow as an artist and make like some money on the side. But like doing their avatars and like their PNG tubers or their GIF tubers or like their emotes or alerts, layout, stuff like that. I mean, it's like it's great because it's being seen by a lot of people and they grow from that. Yeah. Oh,
that's awesome.
So I do like it. I mean, I like using my own emotes when I'm on other people's streams, especially like emotes from other streamers, not just from my own channel, because like every channel has like different emotes, so it's like different possibilities and a good way to promote, especially with the low bouncy animations I do. Like a lot of people like to use them a lot.
I need to get a new one of those from you sometime. I know Zerafiel, like he uses the PNG tuber you made him, or not the PNG, the GIF tuber quite often on his streams.
Oh yeah, he's not an innocent fox at all. No, he's great. Right. Like he commissioned me like for everything. You know, it's like from like the emotes to the background to the GIFtuber to announcements like to animations. Like, he commissioned me for everything. I'm still working on everything that he wants me to do. It's taken me quite a while, but he loves it, and I feel like, you know, his own voice does actually feel right to the character that was animated. And he does give off that certain vibe that, you know, resonates through the artwork. So he's using it very, very well. And I'm actually happy that, you know, he commissioned me and I had this opportunity to work with him to help his channel grow, because his channel is growing very, very fast. And he tells me that it has to do a lot with, like, just the visual feel of his stream. You know, it's like, it's very welcoming, it's very warm, it's very lighthearted, you know, and he said, like, you know, it's because of you, my stream is growing. It's like, you're like, I'm not really sure how to, like, really respond to that, you know, instead of saying, like, well, you're welcome kind of thing, like, thank you for commissioning me. So, because I'm not really used to that kind of, you know, compliment, you know, because I'm mostly just like, I just work, I just draw, you know. It's like, someone wants a piece of artwork, I will give it to them, and I would make sure that I give them what they really wanted, and sometimes go beyond my my skill use, my skill set. So, but you know, it's just great to see, like, people, like, appreciate my artwork and enjoy my artwork to the point where it does help them grow as either a streamer or as an artist or as anything that they want to be, you know.
They're giving your artwork an extended purpose. I feel like you're not just delivering a picture, they're actually using it for more than what its intended purpose is. They're using to animate their streams, compliment, add logos. You know, it's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's always interesting just to see them, like, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you sounded like you had a comment to the whole not an innocent fox thing.
Well, we're furry.
Like, you know, you would know about being innocent.
none of us are. We're in the furry fandom. Like, 99.8% of us are not innocent.
I don't know what you're talking. I'm a pure.
We gotta give it that antibacterial Germex rating. 99.9% non-innocent furries.
I'm a giant pink potato. I am as innocent as they comes.
God, I would love to have some of that, because this fandom needs it.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to patent the anti-horny spray. But I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry.
I mean, we do have a lot of young furries in this community, and, you know, when they're young, you're a young adult, you know, the hormones are kicking in, so that's maybe why the horny spray is so useful.
Oh God, yes, please.
It usually comes down around 25 or 26. Usually.
I mean, I'm 28. It's finally killing off for me. Thank God.
It's starting to slow down for me, and I'm 31. It's starting.
It's been on a decline, and I'm older than all of you, so... Well, except... Well...
Damn,
I don't know how old
I mean, I got beat by a couple of years, but I'm not saying by how much.
To be fair, this means we all have knowledge, though.
My husband is, like, almost turning 40, and he has twice the drive as I do, and I'm younger. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? Incredible. He's not very vocal about it. He's very humble about it.
He's not vocal. He's just... Does he show his affection versus vocalize it?
He's kind of shy to go forward with people, so he looks calm and, like, very tempered and very quiet, but it's later at the night that then stuff, you know, the wolves comes out, as they say.
Oh my God. Alright, we should get back on topic.
Yes.
Sorry about that, everybody. No, you were mentioning earlier that, you know, we have this...
Frustrated. Is it grin on
Colton's just like, please get back on topic. Stop talking about this. This is too much editing to do.
I mean, he can whisper in our ears. He has the power to do that if we're going off subject for too long. No? Yes, you can. You just
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to.
He does.
He doesn't want to? Okay.
Either that or he has his own wolfy thoughts going right now.
Oh yeah, he's trying to contain them. Maybe. He's doing the head tilts. He's super adorable, actually. He's very cute. Yes. So I'll give you those
like that in real life too.
Yeah. I'll give him head pets. Yes, please. Yes, I will. Hey, congratulations. Anyways, let's keep going.
No, you were saying earlier that, like, we have this new generation of, like, artists coming into, like, doing art and, from young to old people wanting to start, maybe some veterans trying to pick stuff up. Like, what advice would you want to give to, like, artists wanting to break into the industry? And, like, what kind of encouragement would you want to give them?
Well, let's see. At first, first thing is if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a full-time artist, instead of just treating it as a hobby, it never hurts to actually go to classes to study artwork, especially going to college. I went to art college, not to focus on furry artwork, but just to find out my own voice. I went into illustration, and then I went into animation, and then I got a degree, a bachelor's degree in fine arts. And every little thing, every class that you take in the art field, will help. It will help you define your style. It will help you draw anatomy and objects, perspective drawing. It will teach you a lot of things. There are some artists, I actually encountered a few furry artists that said that going to art college was actually a waste of time and money. And one of them actually worked for Wizards of the Coast. And it's they can have their own. They have their own experience in how they grew up as an artist. Some didn't go to art school. They felt like they didn't need it. But for me personally, I feel like it is an experience to go to art classes, to go to art school, especially if you want to go into an art college, if you're in the high school and you have I want to do art, but I don't know what college to go to, and go to art college. As for the new ones in the fandom, because the fandom did grow, like I said, it did grow a lot. Things has changed. Back in the 2000s, early 2000s or 1990s, everything was all done traditionally. It's all the books were done with pencil and paper, and now today everything's digital. And I would say start with the basics. Start with drawing on pencil and paper, first, and then go into digital artwork. Don't go straight into digital artwork because it's just that nostalgic feeling of just drawing on paper and pencil. Get the very basic skills done before going into digital artwork. As for finding your style, everyone has their own style. Everyone is inspired by someone else's style. My style was inspired by so many other artists throughout the years that are kind of molded into my own art style. I know that finding your style is extremely difficult because you don't know exactly what to draw and how to draw it. But take inspiration from several artists. Go through your favorite artist and say I like how he draws his eyes. I like how he draws the body. I like how he draws the fur. I like how he colors. I like how he does the background. Get inspired by that. Don't fully trace and claim it as yours, but say it as inspiration because it's you trying to find your own voice. You want to find a unique style that represents who you are and stands out. I feel a lot of artists now are just mushing their styles into this particular niche. Not really much Disney, but more, I don't know. It's a style that you see all over the place. It seems all the styles are just coming together, and it's hard to actually pick out who drew what because styles were so familiar. For example, I've met a lot of artists who actually use Miles DF style. This very boxy kind of style, very colorful, very CGI generated. And they're using that style as their own basis style. So it's it's like a lot of places I see, it's just Malice DF style all over the place. It's not their style, it's someone else's style. So definitely finding your own style. Find it, make it look unique. If you really want to stand out, have it like draw something that hasn't been seen before. Something that resonates you. It's your own voice, and if you have a very unique voice, you will have a very unique style. You just need to mold it. This goes for like almost every single genre instead of artwork. It's like there's drawing, there's music, there's writing, there's fursuit crafting. It's like everyone has their own style, but if you want your style, if you want to really be seen, you need to have a very unique style that has not been seen before, either in a very long time or ever. I feel like, it's like competition in the fandom, especially when it comes to creativity, has grown a lot, and it's harder for other artists to actually get their work out there because everyone is drawing now. Everyone is drawing furry artwork or making fursuits or doing animations. Everyone is now doing that, and it's hard to get noticed unless you do a particular kind of topic or genre that a lot of people just want to see, and that's mostly like adult stuff. There's the grown in furry art, like a furry artist, has touched more on the adult side of the furry fandom rather than like the safe for work side. So it's like, especially like if you go into like Twitter or Fur Affinity, though, a lot of artists are just doing a lot of not safe for work stuff, and they are getting noticed. But I feel like everyone is drawing not safe for work stuff, and it is starting to become like the base of what furry art is. It is kind of bothering because that also sends out a bad signal to those who don't know what furry is. It did with my professors, and it did with my parents, because they typed in like what's furry artwork, and all they see was porn. So they don't really see that much. They don't really see that much like clean stuff, and so it's like I encourage people to just start doing safe for work stuff, because that's what the fandom needs. They need like a style and art that is suitable for like all ages, and except for like the after dark stuff. So just draw what you want to draw. I'm not saying like don't do adult stuff. You can do that if you want, but it's like if you really want to stand out, do like safe for work stuff. Find your own voice, your own style, your own coloring, your own inspiration.
Oh, well, he's dead. Or he became a Roomba.
Stream, honey. Are you?
Nope, yeah, he's gonna bring her around.
He's possessed.
I lost my connection. I yanked on my phone back. Be right back.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Alright, just a couple more things to wrap up here, Ookami. Like, what future projects do you have going right now, whether related to, artwork or not? Like, what should we look forward to moving, forward?
I plan to actually take probably a month or two off to myself from working, because I'm just running myself to the ground right now, always working, so I need to take a vacation to myself. During that vacation, I do plan to make a chibi comic, because I want to go back into comic books again. I've got 2 published so far, so I want to do another one. But in order for me to do that, I need to put a lot of focus into that, so I can't like juggle that and commissions at the same time. So there will be another comic. There might be 2 comics, and one of them I actually might send to like Pixar for like I don't know, like a narrative storyboard, because I feel like if I did like a Liza Chibi comic, and what Pixar does, so I definitely want to try to get into that kind of profession. But yeah, just doing comics. I want to go back to doing comics. I want to draw like stuff from me again, because I love my job. I love drawing for my community. I love drawing for clients, but sometimes I just need a break to myself. But for the past couple of months, because it's been commissions, and then convention, and then convention homework, and then commissions, and then another convention's coming up, and then I'll have convention homework to do. It's like, okay, I need some time to myself. So after the convention, after I'm done with the homeworks and commissions, I'm just gonna do my own projects.
You heard that, everybody. Remember, burnout's a very real thing, so make sure that you have plenty of self-care. Take time off if you need it.
Yeah, I would definitely need that some time off because I'm about to burn myself off.
Oh yeah,
I will next weekend. Next weekend I'm going on a paramotor flight, so I'm gonna be good.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. I guess, last thing here, Ookami, is, how can people find you? Like, what platforms are you on? Like, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm calling it Twitter. I'm on Twitter called the OK Spot. So the OK Spot. I'm also on Furfinity under O-Kemono. I am on Facebook under Ookami Kemono. I also have a Discord group where you can find the link to the Discord group on my Lincoln tree. I also have a DeviantArt account, but I don't post anything on there anymore. So, but the best places to get in touch with me would be FA, DeviantArt, and Discord.
And then you also have your Twitch stream as well.
Yep, that's right. I also have my Twitch stream under Ookami_Kemono, and I stream on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
All right. Any final thoughts? Any final questions?
How good is your French?
Je ne parle pas beaucoup le français.
Not bad. I like it.
What about you, Whiplash? Final thoughts? Final comments? Any questions for our guest of honor here?
No, I think you had the questions played out pretty well.
Pretty thorough.
All right, well, I hope that I did good as my first time as hostess. Hopefully this won't be the last time. But that'll do it for today's episode. Ookami, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to speak with us. We know things are, pretty busy right now with the upcoming convention, so you being here, it means a lot of us for you to take this time, to come talk with us. And, I'm sure I speak on everybody's behalf here when I say that, we all wish you the best at the convention, moving forward as an artist, and, for all of your, future endeavors. So, until next time, Top Dogs fans, stay creative and inspired.
Good night.
Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good night.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Good month, good weekend, good hour.
Good job,
that's our
all.
connect.
That was good.
All right.
Don't leave.
Let's get that picture. No, let's get that picture.
I yanked on my power bank.
I bet you did.
I was trying to get my shoulder cushion to get.
I like how you just
You melted into the ground, and then you teleported a couple of times. You were possessed by the devil himself.
Yeah, well, I am a demon fire dog, so it kind of makes sense, to be honest.
Demon fire dog.
So,
I don't see you being demonic.
Is your Telegram the same as your Twitch handle?
Sorry. It's under just Ookami Kemono.
One word?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Meow.
Justin, come on in a little bit more. There you go.
There you go.
Do you have a second set of arms? Because I see two meshes moving with your arm here.
Everyone face forward.
Oh no, it's just floof. Oh, okay.
Face forward.
Floofy boy.
Yeah, you pose. Yeah, show that belly. Yeah, show that belly. Yeah, they work
I
it.
don't have in real
Work
life.
it, girl, work it.
Oh my god.
There you go. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Night.
Oh my goodness.
Good night, Coltyn.
Oh.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I did not know you. I did not know you did art. I just saw your commission list. Are those commissions open?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. Unfortunately, not right now.
Bye.
Oh yeah.